Welcome back, it's me Lou, and I'm here again for another action figure unboxing and review. Today we are looking at this, the Marvel Gamerverse Avengers Hulk. Now, I remember when I first saw this figure when they debuted photos of it online. It looked kind of weird. I hadn't played the game yet. I want to say for some reason, I want to say some people refer to this as Outback Hulk. I don't know why. It looks like the Hulk's wearing some sort of like aboriginal makeup, so maybe in the game he's in, I don't know, in hiding or something weird, and he's hanging out in Australia. I don't know. I'm not that far into the game yet. I just started it. You know, the game's been out for like, I don't know, 9-10 months. But I've been hearing that they've been updating the game and fixing all the bugs and making improvements, and there's new downloadable content. So my interest has been piqued, and I just kind of wanted to at least play through the base game, so I started that this week, and I'm enjoying it. You know, I can eat my words. As much as I hated these character designs when I first saw them, I thought they were weird, and they've started to grow on me. So I am enjoying this iteration of characters in their video game form very much. It's cool. I'm enjoying the game a lot. And I passed up on this figure so many times at the store. I'd always see this at the mall, at the video game shop, and I'd be looking at it and I'm like, I don't think I want to buy that at full price. And I think 2 weeks ago it might have been in clearance. They had two of these in the clearance section, and then I passed up on it again, and then I went to the mall a few days later because I had to pick up donuts, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop by the game shop. If they have the Hulk, I'll buy it. And they sold out. This guy was gone. But then he kept on popping up on my Amazon searches. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just get him on Amazon. And lo and behold, he came today. Maybe like an hour ago. And I want to shoot him now because I've just shot a couple of Hulk videos. And I'm burned out on looking at some of these Avengers figures. Because I've done so many videos in the last few weeks. As I've stated in previous videos, I started taking my YouTube channel a little bit more, seriously back in February when I told myself, hey, I want to have 50 videos up by June. And now that June's around the corner, I'm close to 100. And I'm like, I want to hit 100. Because originally I'd be happy if I did 100 videos by December. But the fact that I cranked out so many videos so fast, I'm like, if I could hit my goal now, I could like slow down and just enjoy myself. I have more than enough toys in my life to review a figure a day for like lifetimes on end. But today is all about the Hulk. I don't know why this Hulk is gray. I don't know why he's covered in all sorts of weird tribal kind of makeup. And I don't know why we haven't gotten a green Gamerverse Hulk. The one in the 2-pack with Abomination was gray also, and he looked like he was like coming off of a luau. So yeah, I don't know, but this figure piqued my interests just because I started playing the game, and I know I'd regret it if I passed up on them. So, reviewing the box, unlike the other Gamerverse stuff, this doesn't come in a weird shaped box. This is the kind of box you'll find other large Marvel Legend figures in, like Apocalypse. Character artwork on the back, unlike the other Gamerverse stuff, they actually give you a photo of the figure, and not much of a description. It's just one sentence. Bruce Banner smashes anything in sight as the gamma-powered Hulk. It's like, no crap. That's what he does. Explain to me why he's like gray and covered in makeup, And he doesn't look, I don't want to say he doesn't look bulky. He looks bulky, but his torso looks a little bit narrow. Well, let's take a look at the figure, and we'll see for ourselves. Alright, so normally, I'm like always on the fence about whether or not I want to open some action figures, because at this point in my life, I have so many toys loose, I don't have room for them. And honestly, I probably don't have room for them carded or boxed either, but I can open this guy up because all my other Gamerverse stuff is loose. Alright, the Hulk, the man of the hour. Alright, so he has... Now, one thing I'll give the budget figures, they gave you a much cooler insert. This one's this blue. and it looks same logo design, but the budget figures give you this cool cardboard insert, which is like 6-sided, and it looks really nice. It has white, so it has contrast and kind of pops. This one's kind of just like, it's just there. Alright, first impressions out of the box. Weird proportions right off the bat. For me, his proportions don't seem like the Hulk. But at the same time, it's nice. It looks like a very nice figure. There's a nice micro texture on his skin that I can see. I'm not sure if the camera catches that. You know, it's just not this bare plastic. There is a fine skin texture on his skin, on the surface of his skin. So it has a sense of realism to it. The sculpting's nice. I like the head. They give you an additional portrait where he's just kind of more solemn, where here he's kind of like angry. Different hands, the fist. Alright, let's get this guy out. Yeah, so first impression holding him now out of the package, he doesn't feel as bulky as Hulk figures do. This guy feels a little bit more realistically proportioned, if that makes sense. Like I'm so used to having the Hulk being top heavy. When I say top heavy, I mean like from the waist up, he's like as wide as he is tall. This guy seems more proportional. Not that it's a bad thing. It's a different take on the Hulk. I like these. He has these cool like tattered wraps on his arms, on his forearms, and they look like that's a separate plastic. So I'm guessing if you remove the hands, you can easily take these off if you don't want them. His fist, yeah, everything about his proportions seem kind of off to me. Like, the Hulk should have giant hands. This guy's hands is disproportionate to this guy's height, if that makes sense. Like, he has very realistic proportions. Despite the fact that he's all swole and beefed up, his proportions seem kind of reasonable. His head's a little bit big, though. But then, I'm not sure if that's because of the beard and the hair. But it's a nice sculpt. Look at it. The detail is nice and crisp on the hair. I love the expression on the face. He's angry. He's pissed. Still don't know why he's covered in tribal paint. I'll probably get to that in the game. Yeah, definitely a lot lighter than other Hulk figures I've handled. What do you expect with Marvel Legends? Articulation, rotates, goes out, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist. Oh, he does the thing with the... It's kind of like an ab crunch kind of deal. Twist at the waist. He has a thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankle stuff. He's wearing jeans that have back pockets. I'm not sure if the other Hulks have back pockets. But I really appreciate the micro texture on his skin. Especially when you put it in the light, it kind of comes off. It's not like the plastics is bare smooth. You know, there's like a sense of skin on it. The musculature is great. It's not as exaggerated as it could be. On the back, at least. You know, it seems like whoever designed it, the back was kind of like an afterthought. His back is nowhere near as muscular as his chest and his abs. You know, the front of his torso just looks like ripped. Yeah, it's decent. I'll give it that. His feet don't seem as big as they should be either. They're just proportionate to the character. You know, it's not exaggerated like the Hulk should be. Like with the Hulk, I expect him to look a little bit more squat. I expect him to have really wide shoulders, a big chest, big torso, thick thighs, you know, really big feet that he could plant himself on, and giant hands. But this guy's kind of like the opposite direction. It seems like a much more realistic take on what the Hulk could be in real life, which kind of was a turnoff for me with the video game aesthetic. It seemed like that was the look of all the costumes. It seemed like they wanted to go for them. I mean, the movie versions are realistic, but they're kind of cool to look at, whereas the video game ones look like they were trying to... It's almost like the B designs of the movie stuff, like the stuff that didn't make the final cut but was in consideration. But look at that, man. You can get him all sorts of cool poses. You know, cast the light on him just right and you get nice shadows. Man, that's a cool figure. Even if I didn't know what this dude was in the video game, you could just pass it off as some other character. You know, just use your imagination. Just say it's like, I don't know, some gamma radiated guy from the moon or something. Hulk smash. The gray color scheme's alright. It's like I said, I don't know why for the Gamerverse stuff for the game. They've given us 2 Hulks. There's the one in the double pack, and there's this single figure, but I don't know why they haven't given us a green one. You know, so far all the Hulks they've given us in the Gamerverse line of toys has just been gray. Unless I'm missing one. But I don't think I am, so. Yeah, he's awesome. The other head's cool. I'm not going to swap them out right now because I'm not sure how... I don't want to wreck the joint. I mean, this feels like a harder plastic also. I'd probably want to like submerge this in hot water first just to soften it, make it pliable. It's a different look. It's a little bit more solemn. It's neat though. Fists, more of the same. So you have options if you want to give him 2 open hands, or give him 2 fists. You could. So if I had to rate this guy numerically, I'd probably give him a, I don't know, maybe a 8, a low 8. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the figure. It's, you know, the figure's amazing. The paint job, the sculpting. I think for me it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just the proportions or something. He doesn't seem as big as the Hulk should be. But I haven't played the video game, so if this guy is true to form and in terms of his video game, like if this is an accurate representation of the video game, you know, more power to it. I'm not sure if this is reuse either, because I don't have all my Marvel Legends Hulk figures out. Like I'm kind of curious if this is the body that they've been using for the MCU Hulk. It might be, which can explain why the proportions are a little bit more realistic. Because I'm very spoiled by the comic book Hulk figures. Like this one. This is one of the Hulk figures I've been using a lot in my videos in the comparisons. This is the Marvel Legends from, I believe, the Wolverine 2-pack. And this is, I think, more like a Sal Buscema inspired design. So this is kind of like my go-to Hulk. It's classic looking. The paint job's great. There's some highlighting on him. He has the face that I remember in the 80s. It looks like the comic book. Hulk just jumped off the page. And he has his honker hands, so when he meets new girls, it's like, ah, honk, honk. And then he gets in trouble for, like, assault, and they have to arrest him, and then he's on the news. And then he gets canceled. But this guy's bulkier. This when I think of the Hulk, this is kind of more so the proportions I see. This guy has such a huge, swole chest. Look at those tree trunk thighs. Like, this guy looks like he goes to the gym and he does, like, leg day, like, I don't know, like, twice a week, whereas this guy's doing leg day every day. You know, he might be burned out, but he's going to do leg day, and he's huge feet also. Look at the size of his feet. If you had to compare them. See, that's what I'm talking about. And you know what they say about dudes with big feet? Big shoes. Bigger hands, too. Look at that. You know what they say about dudes with big hands? Big gloves. Do I have... I think I have another Gamerverse Hulk here. Let me go grab him. So this is the other Gamerverse Hulk that's available right now. This comes in the Abomination 2-pack. And he's gray also. As I've stated earlier, I'm not that far into the video game where I've seen the Gray Hulk. But on the box, he's green, and all the footage of the video games I've seen, he's green. So I don't know why this one's gray. And I don't know why this guy's dressed up like he just came off of like a luau, and why this guy looks like he's been hanging out like with Aborigines. Oh, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. But I don't know. It's a cool figure. Yeah. So not a whole lot to say about. Not a whole lot to say about this Hulk that I haven't already said already. It's a nice figure. I'm glad I bought it. I caved in and it's got it on Amazon. I think I paid maybe. I'm not sure how much this ran for retail. This might have been a $30 figure on retail. I think on Amazon I paid maybe like $2 or $3 more plus shipping. But I don't regret it. I don't see this on the shelves anymore in my area, and my fault for passing up on it. But I have them now. So this guy is easy. Maybe like an 8. He's worth buying if you're into the video game. Definitely pick him up. But it's also cool to get just because it gives you a variation of the Hulk. I mean, how many times do you need the Hulk looking like he looks like in the MCU, where it just has a different head, or if it's green? This adds some variation. And if you're one of those dudes where you just strictly collect Hulk figures, you just need this. So yeah, my name is Lou. Thank you again for checking out my video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope there was something to take away from this. And I will talk to you soon. Stop by anytime. Take care.